looking and working through now.
If I can go to the issue of the ABC Charter, do you consider that the ABC Charter, as it now stands, requires a dedicated state and territory-based current affairs product broadcast to local
Current
audience?
affairs, yes. The Charter, Senator, is often invoked. I sometimes feel more rarely read than invoked, and thank you for drawing it to us. I know, I'm sure you have, and we've discussed it, Senator. The Charter doesn't say how you need to make programs. What the Charter does is talks about the responsibilities, the factors that you need to think through, how you think through the functions of the corporation and the things that the corporation needs to take account of. And so it does talk about programming that contributes to a sense of national identity and that reflects the cultural diversity. But it doesn't say for a moment that the only way you could do that is by having an internal production capability. You could run a model like SBS runs and outsource all your television production and still be achieving a sense of national identity and cultural diversity. So it doesn't say how, it says what. And as we think and work these things through, that's how you...
Okay.
How we engage our decisions.
That's your interpretation of the Charter as it currently stands. I don't want to debate that with you, but let's go in terms of content. Which content do you think South Australians watch more of? Would it be ABC News 24 or 7:30 SA in South Australia? Yeah,
well, it will be any program on the main channel in prime time gets the higher ratings, Senator. I would say it's interesting if you look at the state 7:30 ratings, they're variable around the country, but if you look at they're variable around the country. Yes. Different states are stronger and weaker.
It also depends if you're competing with sport on a Friday night with other networks.
That's true. I mean, one of the issues with Friday night 7:30 is the competition that is up. As we've looked at the state-based 7:30 story, if you looked at the state-based 7:30 story, we think it's very hard to see another time slot where you'd move that program to where it would get bigger ratings than where it is now. But the reality is that its ratings are lower on a Friday night than they are for the rest of the week on 7:30.
But there's reasons for that. I mean, ratings on Friday night are generally lower in terms of television audiences for a whole range of reasons.
Yeah.
That's the case. Can I just ask, will state-based current affairs be prioritised over News 24 when you decide where the cuts will fall?
Well, let me say, Senator, covering state news and current affairs is clearly a very important part of what we do on the ABC.
Part of the Charter?
It's a very important part of what we do. It's part of our news programming, news services, but we shouldn't be narrow on how we do that, Senator. I believe that your sparring partners on 891 at breakfast, Matt and Dave, provide a vital service in covering state-based.
You're not suggesting that they provide the same service as 7:30 SA, are you?
Well, I would actually suggest, Senator, that they provide more state news and current affairs coverage in that program.
Seriously, it's a completely they're completely different programs.
Yeah, well, one's on television, one's on radio.
No,
Senator.
it's more than that.
But if you look at I would say, with respect, Senator, if I look at our state-based local radio services, I look at the programs done by John Fain, for example, Steve Austin in Brisbane, Matt and Dave in South Australia. They do a lot of state-based news and current affairs stories. They break a lot of state-based news.
So you see, if we lose state-based 7:30...
No, I'm just saying that you shouldn't look at the whole commitment through the window of one program. One of the things we've done in recent months in overhauling our news websites is invested money, so we are running far more local stories around our state-based websites. So more local stories when people come there through online and mobile. Now, you can't downgrade the importance of that activity. And so what I'm saying, if you're asking me whether the state-based 7:30 report is all the state-based reporting that we do on news and current affairs, I'd say absolutely not.
What about local radio?
Yes. What about local radio? We do a lot of
in the same
coverage.
context of